There is a ton of climate hype these days around protecting tropical forests, but did you know that temperate forests actually store much more carbon than tropical forests do as a result of cooler temps and drastic seasonal shifts that limits the amount of decomposition that fungi, insects, and bacteria are all able to do, which keeps higher levels of carbon and organic matter in the soils for much longer. See, tropical forests like the Amazon are very warm, humid, and damp, conditions that bacteria, insects, and fungi thrive in year-round, and they store about 350 metric tons of carbon per hectare. But the boreal forest up north is frozen for over half the year with very little decomposition happening, and they store just over 700 metric tons, nearly twice as much as in the Amazon. But then in slightly more productive temperate forests, the amounts of carbon held is absolutely staggering. So eucalyptus forests in southern Australia store about 1,900 tons of carbon per hectare, and old growth forests like this one here in BC store about 1,300 metric tons. But when there's a salmon-bearing stream nearby, like this one here, that number can jump up to 2,000 metric tons of carbon per hectare because of those nutrients that those salmon bring up with them from the oceans. The world record, though, goes to the California redwoods, where mature old growth forests store about 2,600 metric tons of carbon per hectare, or more than 7 times the amount stored in the Amazon. While they all are incredibly important, not all forests are the same, so it's time we stop treating them as so. In addition to protecting all forest types for biodiversity, ecological resilience, and function in a changing climate, if we really want to sequester and store the most amount of carbon possible to help mitigate the impacts of anthropogenic climate change, then we need to be focusing on restoring and protecting remaining temperate old growth forests all over the world.